Thanks. Hello, and welcome to Next Existence. Oh, get my words together. Hello, welcome everyone to Hidden Existence. It's anything goes. I hope everyone is doing it all right out there tonight. With me, of course, as per usual, is my co-host, beautiful, sexy co-host, I should say, Jason.
Hold on. Just for you, an extra button.
Oh my God!
There you go.
Divert
It's
your
the
eyes
last show of the year. We got to
to it.
give the people what they want.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm almost,
I know. Well, hey, look, Gary
respect.
Spikes Senior is in the chat, so I know he wants that extra button up there. He wants that. He wants to be able to sneak a peek at that rug of love every once in a while.
Oh, Gary,
Oh, I know. I know.
Gary,
And Fred Muppet,
treat.
Fred, I know. I know.
Fred Muppet definitely
Oh
will
yeah, he knows
appreciate
about
that.
that. Oh, he
Doesn't
will.
see a lot of that in her
Mm-hmm.
day-to-day life, so
Mm-hmm.
you've
You got
really
to give the
made
people what
her
they want.
Christmas. Exactly,
Exactly. Well,
exactly.
it's a Christmas thing. We got the new year coming up, and I would like to wish a special and happy Boxing Day to you, Daniela, and
Oh,
to everyone who has the Boxing Day tradition up in wonderful Canada. Do they do it in Australia? Do y'all have Boxing Day down there?
I
So
don't
like
know.
Boxing Day was like yesterday for y'all, but if y'all had it.
I don't even know what Boxing Day means, to be honest. I mean, it's just another day off.
Well, hold on. Let me look because I know it was supposed to be about the servants. I know that much, but I
Oh,
always thought it was the day you burn boxes. Hold
Boxing
on. Let's look
Day.
this up.
Oh, I've got that mixed up then.
Well,
Uh,
I knew it had
yeah,
something to do with the servants. That's all I know. But let me look. Boxing Day.
we're just kind of brought up with this thing.
Christian.
If you're not particularly religious, maybe, you would know what it's all about. Kind of think I know what it's all about, but not Boxing Day in particular, or why it's called boxing. There's obviously a reason for it. Um, Let me see. Say hello to people in the chat. Hi, Jean. How are you doing? Gary Johnson.
Hmm.
Hello.
Interesting.
Sandra Piper. Hello to you, Addy. Um, don't want to miss anyone. Rhonda Williams. How are you doing? Hope everyone has had a good Christmas, as well as good as it can be. Whether that's just, relaxing and doing nothing, or spending time with your family and spending loads on food and eating lots and doing all that sort of stuff. Hi, Todd. Sugar Riches. Oh, and
Oh.
Wrapped Crazy is here. Boxing Days when the
Ooh,
servants.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
So
the and the Queens would.
yeah, that's what I'm looking. It's like it's so the modern version was it's when like postal people and errand boys would be given Christmas boxes, but apparently this goes way back to like the Middle Ages. But it says it's believed that the alms box was it was sort of the day that everyone who would have gone into the church, because again Christmas comes from Christ's mass, and so that would happen on December 25th, and then the alms box would be full for December 26th, which is the day that they would start giving out alms to the
Right.
poor. So yeah, it sort of evolved from there, and it's like that's the day that the people go out and give originally would give things to poor people, and then their servants, and on it went. And of course, as society changed and grew, it became about postal people and errand boys and stuff like that. Now it's a day for shopping.
Yeah. I actually did have a walk into
Yeah.
town because everything was open, but not to buy
Mhm.
anything. I just literally walked into town with the dog and walked around the block. Have to say a special hello to Eulalio Rodriguez.
Howdy.
Um, Howdy, and I cannot believe you are here live. Eulalio comments on lots of my videos when I go on my walkabouts, but he never ever makes the lives. And he comments a lot, and I do
Mhm.
appreciate your comments. And it is great that you've actually caught us. So, um, yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, I'm glad we've. Hello, Mid South Sasquatch, Cryptid Research. How are you doing?
Howdy.
Um, December 25th was Saturnalia before it was Christmas.
It's been a number of things. It was
That's
just again by the
before my time.
early Middle Ages, the church sort of moved it over to be sort of a mid, to have a fall or winter celebration.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But
Um,
actually, so interesting little tidbit on that. That's actually why Christmas was banned in the U.S. because Christmas used to be, even though it gets its name from Christ Mass, a lot of people would celebrate Christmas by, like, caroling used to be like basically hoodlums running around beating on things. People would get drunk. It was a very raucous thing. So it was actually banned in America for a long time by the initial settlers.
Right. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yep. Modern day Christmas really was created by Charles Dickens, really.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
So there you go.
It's just turned into a nightmare of pressure, hasn't it, for most people?
Yes.
Having to buy presents, to buy food, for inviting
Hmm.
people. And when, why don't we just do a little bit of it throughout the year
Hmm.
instead of all that? I mean, I
Well,
don't know.
and really at this point, one things we started doing, and not that we didn't get presents for kids and stuff like that, but I'm almost of the opinion it's like, why don't we just all get, just put money together and donate? It's like, here's the thing you donated to, right? Like, don't get somebody gifts. If you're going to spend $25 on them, say, hey, here's the card. I donated $25 in your name to this thing, right? Or everyone gets together, they all throw in $25, and they bought a well for some village in Africa, or you paid for some surgery for some kid from Indonesia. Like, there's things we could do, and then just enjoy the day off and have fun. Again, still throw a party. Like, we went up to my sister's house. We were there, got to see my uncles for who I haven't seen in years. Like, just do that and just get rid
Yeah.
of all the other pressure of having to have getting the gift. It's like, just let's all put $25 in and make someone's life better in a place where their lives don't really get better.
Mm.
Let's actually make changes instead of wasting money on crap you don't need.
We're forced into it. I mean, the
Mhm.
supermarkets, especially, you can't buy anything normal.
Mhm.
Now when you go in, when you've been going in, all the meat, everything is all prepared in a certain tray or a certain way,
Mhm.
specifically for Christmas. With Christmas, you can't just buy a chicken on its own. It has to be a special. There's just we're really like forced into kind of having to buy something, like that. But yeah, I didn't do anything this Christmas. Didn't have any of that
Mhm.
hullabaloo, and it was great because I just did what I wanted to do, which was not a lot, really.
No hullabaloo.
No hullabaloo. What
I like that.
can I use that? Is that all
Yeah, you
right?
can. No, yeah, it's
Have
a
I said
perfect
it the
word.
right
Yeah,
way? Have I said it the
yeah.
right way, Jason?
You have. You
Oh,
have. I
good.
just haven't heard it used in a long time. I
There
like
you
it. No
go.
hullabaloo.
I'm an old-fashioned girl, so
You
I
are.
dragged that
Hmm.
one out from the past.
Yeah.
Um, that's a good idea, Jean. Feed your neighbours. They are close to
Hmm.
places at home to help. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot you can do, isn't there? Than spend all that money and have all that stress. And, I don't know about you, but I mean, I have done cooked Christmas meals for a lot of people, and it's knackering.
Yes.
You don't even want to eat by the time you're ready to eat.
Yeah, you're like, I just want to go to sleep.
So,
Uh huh. And
it's,
by the way, that's a good British word. I like that, knackering. I like that.
do you like that word?
I do.
Knack,
Again, I grew up watching Faulty Towers and
yeah,
Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf is still one of my favorite shows of all time. But yeah, I get it. No, I
knackered.
like it. Knackered.
Knackered is a
Yeah,
term we use because,
I
uh,
get it.
they
Yeah.
used to take, a long time ago, horses to the knacker's yard when they'd
Hmm.
kind of done their working time. And so knackered has always been a word.
Okay, so what's a knacker yard? Or what is that?
Knacker's yard where they probably go to sleep
Oh, okay.
for, for a long time.
All right,
Uh,
now we got to figure out where that came from. You discuss.
yeah, it could
All right,
be.
I'm
I
looking at it.
doubt it's out to pasture. I would presume it's like, the end of the road.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
at
well, I
one,
mean, that makes sense. But yeah, what
yeah,
is in? Okay,
I
hold
could be
on.
wrong, but that's my feeling. But I know knackers is when you're tired, when you're done for the day or whenever. Um, Let me
So it
see.
does mean to tire someone out or damage something severely.
Yeah, when it's
Um,
knackered, it's really
is it
bad.
is it rude to say knackered? Is it a swear word, but just a colloquialism or slang? So it's not polite. No, we get rid of that.
Well, it's something you'd say
Etymology.
yourself. It's something you'd say,
Yeah, I get it.
Say to a person, "You look knackered."
Yeah. Well, it's a slang word, right? And I get that. I mean, like
Yeah,
again, there's things in Texan that aren't swear words, but it's not what you would use in polite company because it makes you sound ignorant. Like I don't say crick, I say creek when I'm speaking because crick and far and old makes you sound, ignorant.
crick. All
Crick.
right, right, okay.
Mhm. Yeah, crick and stiff creek.
Right.
First known use of knackered was in 1971. Doesn't give me an etymology though.
What's it?
That's weird.
All right. Uh, I'm sure we probably get the same uh, meaning.
Origin. There it is. Oh, okay. So here it is. It is derived from the past participle of knacker, knacker. It's a slang term meaning to kill as well as to tire, exhaust. Okay, so there it is. Where did it come from?
I think there's a few meanings to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, here it is.
looking
They think
into
it's
it.
from an old noun knacker, which originally referred to a harness maker or saddle maker. So then, how did that evolve into? Oh well, it's fine. It's a slang term. It probably has something to do with horses. I'm
Uh,
done now. I'm done caring.
yeah, don't worry about it. Honestly, I've just found other meaning for it, and I thought, oh, let's not go into that. But
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's just one of
Yeah.
those things. It's where you're from, terms you use, and that's why I used it. But yeah, uh, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
To Neil's point, thank you. I know your hillbilly family uses crick, right? I know people who use crick. I would like to point out though that you preface that with hillbilly family. I'm in Dallas. I can't be hillbilly family. I'm supposed to. I came from Dallas, so I don't. I try my best not to say crick or far or oil. I do try. Now I can't do between e and i's when it comes if it comes before an n. I just can't. It's a Texan thing. But I can say creek. I can say oil, and I can say fire. I try. Just saying.
okay, I have no idea what that's about. A crick is something like you get in your neck.
We have that phrase here too. But again, if you're like from Deep East Texas, it's a crick instead of a creek. It just
Okay,
Texans, we attenuate our vowels, and the problem is if it gets too far, it becomes crick, far, ol, all kinds of things.
yeah, these pronunciation things uh, are strange, aren't they? But it's just
Yeah.
like you say, what you get used to, where you're from, the way you pronounce
Hmm.
things. I'm pretty sure is the same here from northern to southern.
Hmm.
Um, like there's like a cake. It's not like a cake, more like a bready that you'd have with jam or scone.
Hmm.
But if you were
Oh,
in, eh?
it's so in some places it's pronounced scone instead of scone.
Yeah, yeah, it's where you're from.
Huh?
I would say scone. Maybe someone from
Really?
down south would say scone. Yeah. I
Hmm.
mean, it's just, the way you pronounce that letter, I guess. The O, I don't know. A bit like tomato, tomato. It's spelled exactly the same way. It's just the
Yeah.
pronunciation of that A.
Yeah. Again, is it a long a, short a?
Well, I'm saying
It's all.
tomato,
Yeah, and I say tomato.
but
Yeah.
M-A, say ma.
Ma.
Do you call your mum May?
Well, no, actually, I would
Okay,
I would call her
there we
mother.
go. Oh, of course, because you're from Texas. Because you're from Texas, I forgot.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but you see my point?
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. So again, it goes back to I don't disagree. It's just tomato.
But if you were going to say ma, how would you say
But
it?
yeah,
How
but well,
if
if
you were
you're just saying the word, if you're saying the word ma, it's
just,
ma.
just
But
pronounce the
but
word
the ma
M-A?
is followed by a t, and then you have a vowel. That
No,
vowel makes it big. Yeah,
three
it does.
syllables. Break it up into three syllables. Toe,
But you can't pretend the other
A.
vowel doesn't exist. It's tomato.
You just don't want to do it the right way to be awkward.
Is that what it is? It's to be awkward,
Yes. Yeah.
lady. I'm awkward enough
Just
by
a
by
fight.
myself. I don't.
Have some sort of like drama going on. I
Yes.
know you like the
Mhm.
channel to be full of drama,
Oh yes, I'm
arguments,
all
and
about the
stuff like
drama.
that. I know. I love it. I mean, it's the best thing ever, isn't it?
Exactly.
Um,
Nothing like drama to make your day better.
oh God, yeah. Anyway, let's not go into drama. But have you got any plans for the new year? Are you thinking of doing anything new in the new year? I am.
Oh, really? What are you going to do?
I'm going to learn to play the piano.
Really?
I'm determined to do it. Yeah.
Well, I wish you lived around here. I could sell you my piano that we got for our kids. That they were like, yeah. And my wife was really dedicated. It was like, no, they're going to learn to play the piano. 5 years later, none of them know how to play the piano.
Oh, that's a shame.
Just eating up room in my in my house. And I'm like, okay. I mean, everyone told me they were going to play it. And it was going to be this big thing. And nope, doesn't nobody know how to play the piano.
I'm just going to get an electric one
Mm-hmm.
because I'd have to put my headphones in because obviously my neighbours
Oh yeah.
will not want to listen to me, playing
Mm-hmm.
chopsticks for, however long till I learn something new. But yeah, I just really want to do something, learn something, and I've always wanted to do it. So
Excellent.
I've just,
Yeah.
said to myself, just go and do it.
No, I think it's a great idea. That's a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing anything new this year. It's going to be more of a focusing in on what I'm doing, very specifically, with like serial papers and the new show that I've got on there. Just focusing more attention on there, trying to make again more complete videos, trying to give people arguments, that kind of thing. So, but I will be working on a comic book this year as well.
Well, that's
So,
good.
so that I guess something new would be the comic book. I've already started writing it, but it's going to take a while to get it finished.
Well, at least you're working at something, aren't you? You're doing something.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah. I decided instead of doing another book, I'm going to take all of my paranormal, all of my Bigfoot stuff, all of my cryptozoology stuff. I'm just going to put it all in series. So I'm going to start doing bigger videos for that. But yeah, I guess the only one new thing would be the comic book. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, it will. I look forward to seeing it as well. Damien Kay says the word knacker comes from a group of people who killed horses in Ireland and brought them to their yards and made glue out of them. Hence the phrase knacker yard. Yeah, I had heard of. I thought it was like old horses that had, come to the end of their working time, or maybe sent there. I don't know.
Oh, that does make sense then. Yeah, okay, works for me.
Yeah. So, now
And now we know that actually makes sense. The horses are tired, right? Because they're worn out, which is why they're being killed. Because again, I also mean to kill. So to damage. Okay, so yeah, you know what? Officially, that's how the word came to be. Spread the word, people. Spread the good news. Yeah,
definitely.
Because even if it ain't, I like the story, so we're gonna go with it.
No, I've got a bit of a confession. I don't know if it's a confession or not, or just like something happened the other night. I was looking at my phone, I went onto YouTube, and I'm like scrolling down the page, and this video came up of someone's really knackered toenail, and it was like the toe doctor. And at first I was like, oh, for God's, how the heck has that showed up on my thing? And then I was like, oh, I might just take a look at it.
It is. It's strangely hypnotic, isn't it?
I can't do the pimples. Forget the pimples. But this is easy. This was easy. It was like horrendous. This toenail was like horrendous, and it was just so satisfying to watch. To watch him getting it, back to normal. Well, he's not really fixed. It's a damaged toenail.
Oh
yeah. It was pretty. I mean, I don't know if people want to see a few minutes of it. It might put people off. I mean, now I was on the other side of that. Like, no,
we don't need to show it. We don't need to show it, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. Hold on, let's do a quick vote. Who wants to see it?
Yeah, put a one in the chat if you want to see it. The toe bro, yes, Sugar Britches.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
The hoof GP, dude. Okay, I have to admit, now again the problem is the hoof GP. After a couple of videos, it's all the same thing. But yeah, Uh-huh.
Tighten it. You know what? I thought those that popping pimples is nasty, but the toe, it's just dry. It's nothing. You don't see any pus or anything like that. We've got two ones.
Mhm. The
Oh,
people
it's
are
so
speaking. The
chocolate. Yeah.
people are
Oh,
seeing. They want to see it.
don't know what that means. Don't know what
I
that
have
one
no
means.
idea.
Um, we've got a hell yes, I'll look. Um, Sugar Bridges loves him. International, international playboy. Um, I might just say turn around. Turn your eyes, or
Hmm.
just don't look. Sherry, oh, sorry, but um, I can chew a
Oh,
hostel.
good.
Oh, oh.
I can't. I saw. I've seen it done many times, but I've not done it, and I have no interest.
Um, Let me have a look on. I'll just turn to the thing because I've already got it set up.
Hmm.
So I don't think we've got that much interest, and I don't want to upset people.
Oh, everyone's talking about it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it.
Should we do it?
Do it.
Because,
Do it.
I don't know,
I'll go full Palpatine on this one.
all right, everybody, just turn your eye. Anybody who doesn't want to see it, I'm literally going to just show it till a few seconds, like a few seconds. Oh, press the wrong thing. Um, I haven't got into many of them, but obviously it's something I'm going to be exploring his channel. Oh, that's it. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Wow. What happened there?
He banged it or something, and
Man,
it's now a damaged nail, and it will always be like that. It will always be like that.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it just kind of it manages just to, clip it all off, and then he has to file it all down.
Oh,
But
wow.
uh, it is a bit,
Hmm.
but it does a
So,
really good job. And in the end,
oh,
you
wow.
know, in the
Yeah.
end, it's not too bad.
So my dad actually used to have those clippers. He had the worst
I've
toenail fungus. He had those same clippers for that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I've took it off now, so everybody can
Hmm.
look back again. Um, but yeah, it's
Hmm.
interesting, isn't it? It's that satisfaction of seeing something put back together, tidied up
Hmm.
or cleaned or whatever. I don't know, but
Well, this goes back
um,
to what we were talking about, right? With the people who watch, those channels of the power washing or the guy who's cleaning up culverts.
yeah, yeah,
There's something satisfying about seeing that
done
fix.
like that.
Hmm.
He said it wasn't painful at all. He didn't feel any pain at all the way through it, so that was interesting as well. It's just dead nail, though, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
just dead nails. So, um, yeah, it's pretty. But it was interesting to see it. So who knows? Maybe I might get to pimples. I don't know, but I'm not ready for it yet.
Well, let me know if you get to bot flies because like that's where I draw the line.
Okay,
Yeah, that's really where I draw the line.
tell me what it's about.
You don't know what a bot fly is?
Not really.
Okay, so it's more of
Yeah.
a tropical thing, right? But essentially, they're flies that they lay their larva in you, and
Oh,
and so literally you see them trying to extract them, and they're like worms that are getting
oh
pulled
no.
out. Oh yeah, there was one. I don't. I think it was a dog. Could have been a cow. I don't know because they didn't show the animal. But I was thinking it was a dog. Where
Mm,
apparently they were just almost like an entire colony, and they on this poor animal, and they push in the skin, and a bunch of them just pop out, and they're just grabbing them by the handfuls off this poor dog. But yeah, no, but they will absolutely infect people. Sand lice.
right.
Like there's this one video. Some people think it's fake, but I happen to know for a fact it's real because I saw the original video where it came from. Where there's some guy out there with what looks like a large razor blade just shaving these things off of a guy's foot, and some people are like, oh, maybe they're just no, they're sand lice, a specific part of Africa, and because they don't wear shoes, which is why shoes are a big thing. They will attach themselves and they just shave them off. It's a
Ugh,
awful thing to see.
sounds. Awful.
Yeah, actually, because my wife grew up in Colombia, she heard they had to deal with bot flies all the time.
Well, I'll be keeping my shoes on my wellies, I think, if I ever go over there.
Hmm.
It'd be better to rip it off and let it grow back. Well, that guy only had two options. He either had to have it completely removed or
Oh,
have like a prosthetic nail put on. Because
they
it
can do
will
that.
always, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, maybe not quite that, something like that though. Yeah, I guess
Hmm.
it is like that. But if he removes it, it would never. It'll keep growing back. In that way, it's growing. So the only way is to, like I say, have it completely removed or have a like this fake one put on top. So
I didn't know
yeah.
they could do that. That's interesting.
Mm, um, yeah, I think I've got it right. It's something like that. They make something specially to put on, so it'll look
Normal.
like like a nail, I guess. But
Learn something new every day.
yeah, um,
Well, look at all the things we've learned today. We've learned where knackered comes from. We've learned about fake toenails. We're doing great.
yeah. I think this is what we need: is to
Mm.
approach these subjects and get them out in the open.
Yeah.
You know, toenails are a nightmare. I have pretty good toenails, apart from a little one, which is like feels like it is just squashed.
Yeah, it's just a teeny tiny little thing. Like it's just a, yeah.
Yeah, and a
Yeah,
little ankle.
I'm right
So,
there with you. Actually, my big toenails have gotten weird. One of them, the one on my right toe, though, it got weird because it got ingrown, and I removed it myself, and so it's been weird ever since.
right. How
So
did you remove it? With a string and a door handle, and you pull it off like
no,
you.
no, no, oh no, not the whole nail. I just trimmed up and then pulled it
Oh, right.
out.
Okay,
Yeah,
got you. Yeah.
but it's been weird ever since. I actually think there's a piece of nail that because it grew out so much, I think it actually got trapped underneath there, and so when I pulled it out, it didn't all come out. And so it's like sitting there, like the tip of my toe, just being in the skin. So,
Mm,
but it's fine. I'm
yeah.
good.
I have a weird toenail. One of them is like really. It's always ridged, always like bumpy, because like a long time ago, when I had another dog. This is probably going back to like to 2000, somewhere around there. I used to go up to the animal sanctuary, not sanctuary, rescue place,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Mhm.
sometimes walk some of the dogs up there with my dog. I got this dog and just like to socialize him. I used to
Mhm.
walk in with these other dogs, and they
Mhm.
have a big field up there that you can let them off, like where they can't get out. And there was a ball in the field, and I thought it was a ball. It wasn't, but it could have been a cannonball for how like solid it was. And I kicked it, thinking it was a ball. And obviously the ball didn't move, but my foot became shorter. Like it completely crushed my toe
Oh
into this
wow.
thing. Yeah, because it was like a
Oh
cannonball.
yeah, yeah. No, I get it. I absolutely.
It wasn't a
Wow.
football. It was like solid metal.
So you ran up there
It's
just
like boom.
yeah.
Like, not quite like that. I kind of walked up to it and we just went to kick it and it didn't move, but they heard it. Everybody heard it from like all over town. The scream. It's more of like, oh my god.
Oh, I
So
imagine that was an uncomfortable
yeah, it was more shock
event.
than anything. Like, look, I didn't break my femur.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's always grown back funny. I've still got a nail, but it's always grows back like kind of
I
bumpy.
I have had my both of my big toenails pulled, like hit in such a way that it was pulled. I didn't wear shoes when I was growing up, and just ripped all the way off, and then just put them back on and just kind of wrap them. So yeah, I'm right there with you. I feel you. I
Oh,
yeah. No, it's a
that's
thing.
right. That's right, Ruger. Dr. Daniela's Medical Mysteries.
Hmm. To Titan's point about people trying to use DNA to try and fix injuries and things like that. Yeah, I mean, they're working on gene therapies for everything at this point. They're trying to find some way. They're looking at nanomachines, so nanites to be able to inject you and they can fix you, on a cellular level. They're still working on it. It's still years away from any of that, but
Mm.
hmm
What's the worst injury you've ever had?
define worst. Like catastrophic injury or like from a wet perspective.
Mm. The goriest then.
You see, I don't know that I've ever had a particularly gory injury.
The most
I,
debilitating.
okay, so debilitating was throwing out my back. But I mean, like, I don't really hurt myself that much, and I don't bleed that much when I do. I mean, I've had my nose busted up when I was fighting, pretty bad. I broke I had a spiral fracture on my left elbow in second grade. I slept on some ice, and caught myself. But the problem was my hand was on the curb and my butt landed on the street, so it just spiral fractured all the way around. Um, Again, kind of, sort of, almost cut off like the tip of one of my fingers.
Mm.
But like it didn't even need stitches. I'm largely kind of, I mean, I break, just it's harder to break me. So
That's-
nothing too terrible.
No, that's good then. That's good.
What about
Just
you?
yeah.
Outside of your cannonball soccer
Um,
event?
Probably my finger, which we've already talked about, didn't we? When I
Yeah.
caught the finger in the hand blender,
Uh huh. Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
one. Uh,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I did fall down the stairs once, and
Really?
some steep stairs actually, and I didn't have any shoes on. It was in the middle of the night, and I was going down to get a drink of water. And sometimes if your feet are dry, they can be slippy on carpet. We have carpet on us, everywhere in the
Yeah.
UK.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I just slipped on one of the stairs, and I landed right on my butt, really, really bad. I put a dent in it actually. That's
Ooh.
how that's how bad I landed. That was
Mm.
very, very painful for a long time,
Oh, I
for quite a
imagine it
few
was.
weeks in lots of ways. So
Um. Ouch. Yeah. That sounds painful. I've fallen down a fair bit of stairs in my life. Stairs and I do not get along, and I still decided to buy a two-story house. I don't know how that worked out. I have
get
stapled
this.
through my thumb before, a couple times actually.
Hmm.
Yeah. So the
I
staple
pulled yeah,
went through and then came out went through the nail and then out the other side. I had to pull it out.
yeah, I didn't realise, but I was using a sewing machine. I didn't realise I'd put it in reverse. I'd left it in reverse. And I went to sew and I pulled my finger under the leg of the thing, and the needle went in twice, snapped, went in again and
Mm,
snapped. I had to go to hospital to have, because there was like a little,
yeah.
little splint of it in my finger, and they had to cut down into my fingertip to pull it out. I mean, that wasn't
Ouch.
particularly, you know,
Hmm.
bad, but there is another one, but I've just forgot about it. Um,
Sandra Piper has an interesting story.
Let me just, I'm going to get to that because I'm a little bit behind, but I wanted to show this. Now I'm thinking aloud. Bigfoot got toe story to tell for sure. Can you
Oh yeah,
imagine?
he's got to. Yeah.
Oh, how painful, painful
Hmm.
that is. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're
Uh,
fine. But again, it's like the reason I don't wear a wedding ring is because I grew up as a mechanic. Like now again, even though I work in an office, the I would wear it for a while and it would wear on, but like I stopped wearing it whenever I went to work just out of habit because my dad was 100%. You do not wear jewelry when you work, and the reason is we knew too many people that were missing that finger, right?
mm,
Again, my favorite because it's like what happened. I mean, everyone caught on on a accessory rotor belt. My favorite one though was guy was working and he was holding on to a screwdriver and he was trying to wedge something up, but he managed to make contact on the battery, and it welded the gold ring onto his finger.
Oh, ugh,
And I knew several electricians that had something similar. They were working with the electrical system, and boom, it arcs and melts it onto their finger. They had to have it removed. So, yeah, I feel you.
yeah, yeah. It's not good, is it?
Mm,
Sandra Piper, I've had to have my middle finger reattached from being slammed.
mm,
Oh, middle. Is that middle finger or toe? It's not toe, but
mm.
could it be your toe? Of
I
course,
think she
Toenail,
means
it
toe.
must
Yeah,
have been, yeah. Ow.
I dislocated my
Oh,
pinky toe once. That was painful.
oh, that's bad.
I hit that poor step a lot harder than I thought I did, and it let me know.
Mm,
Yeah, sort of like your encounter with the cannonball. Um, Sometimes you find out that it's the large inanimate object that doesn't move, and not your bones.
mm.
Yeah. Oh, finger.
Oh, it was finger. Oh, the toenail removed. That threw me.
Yeah. Well, I
Maybe
was right there with you. I was thinking maybe she meant like middle toe, but she's saying middle finger.
middle finger.
Wow.
Oh, whichever finger it is, or even if it is your toe, that's not good. That's
Yeah,
not a
that's
nice
yeah,
thing to
yeah,
have.
yeah.
Yeah,
See, now I'm wondering, how does having her middle finger reattached have to have her toenail removed?
maybe
Unless
it
she
was.
means it was a separate event. Was it a separate event, or is it the same thing? I'm just wondering now.
Yeah, I mean it's bad enough just the one, but if it's
Yeah.
two, two things going
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
on, I'm sure she will let us know exactly what happened. Um, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. It's just can't do it. Um, so I'm waiting to find out. Yeah, we know your finger, but
Like, why did your
what
toenail have
that
to be
what
removed?
bit? Yeah.
Yeah, like
Uh,
I'm trying to see if, is was were they somehow connected, or is it two different events? Yeah.
oh, patching over his butt cracked. It's never healed. Oh, that's terrible.
Should
That
we
is
tell him?
no.
Okay. All right.
What? Tell him what cream to use.
No,
Oh,
we'll let him be.
okay, okay. Um, well, happens to the best of us, I guess.
It does. It does.
If that makes you feel better. It's not nice, is it, having an injury, whatever it is, or however you do it. But there are
See,
stupid mistakes, aren't they? We made,
yeah.
like mine with the
Uh-huh.
finger in the hand blender.
I have smashed my hand into so many car doors, I cannot tell you. And here's the worst thing: when I was working for my dad, I have smacked my head on so many tires. Didn't even have them up on the lift, right? And it's like I know the tires there. I'm the one who put the freaking car in the air, and just bam, and you're like, what the? It's like you're under a car. These things are hanging down, and yet I still managed to bang my head off of tires, um, lift arms, the whole 9 yards. And you're just like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Man, does it?
Yeah. So let's just move on. It's like it does make you wonder. Like we all suffer injury through our lives. We all do stupid things and get ourselves hurt. Sometimes the hurt is unavoidable, but it does make you wonder. It's like, why don't we have more empathy for people in general? Like we all suffer the same pains. Why does it ever stop to say, yes, Gene, what the fudge is exactly what I said. It's like, why don't we ever have enough, have empathy for everyone else and say, you know what? I bet everyone stubbed their toe. Like, why is it like, I get why we're divided on all these, but why can't like stubbing your toe be the thing we all, um, that was like, why can't that be the thing that unites us?
Okay.
Races, religions, like we all stub our toe, right? Why can't that be the thing that brings all together? It's like, man, nothing sucks worse than when you hit the side of your bed, like the bed frame. At 1 a.m., you just got up because you got to pee, and then bam, some metal thing has been embedded into your shin, but you still got to pee.
Yeah.
Why? Why can't we reunite? Why can't we unite over that?
We need like a pain hub, don't we? Like a pain hub
Mm-hmm.
where people can come to when they're in pain. And but it's funny to laugh at people when they've hurt themselves.
Yes.
Why? When people are falling over, why is it funny to see them laughing
I
at?
don't know I again, TikTok for me is mostly funny cat videos and historical. Man, I when that one lady came out and was like, Rome isn't real. I'm like, oh, this is the next 6 months of my freaking TikTok history videos. But then it's like you see things where it's like some kid is walking to one of those those like sort of old saloon swinging doors, and then you're like, I'm gonna watch this all day. Just some kid bouncing off of some door. I don't know. I don't know. Like it should be the thing that unites us, and yet we just point and laugh. Why is it funny every time some dude gets racked in the nuts?
Instant laughter as well. It's a
Instant
oh,
laughter. Yeah.
is it just
Hmm.
shock? Is it just shock for some of us? Because some people might go, "Oh no," people
Hmm.
who don't laugh at things like we do, or is
Hmm.
it just like how we deal with things? Do we laugh in inappropriate times? I mean,
Yeah.
I have plenty of,
Oh, I do. Oh, I always laugh at inappropriate times. That's the
I
best time to laugh.
can't help it.
Well, like I showed this one video to like everyone at my family Christmas because I thought it was the greatest thing ever. They had a whole again because it happened to me. We all do this, right? It's like a high school science class. They're all holding hands. One dude's got his hand on the Tesla thing, and then you have on the Tesla coil. You got one other kid over here who's not a part of it, and he fist bumps everyone, completes the circuit, and they're all. The next thing you know is this uniform. Ah! And everyone just recoils in pain, and that thing 50,000 volts of electricity just course through them instantaneously. Everyone just screams at the same time. They all recoil at the same time, and it's the greatest thing ever. And everyone's laughing at it. It's like we're just watching a bunch of teenagers get electrocuted, and we cannot stop laughing at it. I don't know.
It's very strange, isn't it?
Hmm.
It is very strange.
Hmm.
I'm not going to go into it. I was going to
Yeah,
tell you a story then, but I was a kid, so it doesn't
we've all
matter.
done. I've electrocuted myself accidentally once
Yeah,
on the ladder. Like that was fun. Um, but yeah, we all did the science class thing. Like I think it has to be relatable. But Francesca, thank you. Nut shots are always funny, right? Some dudes
not
out there.
not
What?
funny. They're not funny to
Oh,
Francesca.
really? Oh, okay. Well then, Francesca, I'm sorry. No. Oh, they're always funny. I think it's relatable pain, right? Like there are situations. It's a relatable pain. We get it. It's like we've all been there. I may or may not have. How do I phrase this? I may have. I'm a friend of mine because while we were sparring, I may have had to send him to the nurse. For much longer than it should have been. It's I blame him entirely for this because he knew I was coming. He saw I was coming for a sidekick, and he deliberately moved in his attempt to move out of the way. It's not my fault. That's all I'm going to say. It's not my fault that he cried for a good long time, and I get it. I
Mm,
understand.
you weren't to know, were you, what was going to happen? I
I
guess. Oh, that
Well, I mean, he saw what I was. He clearly saw what I was setting up for. It was his fault. He should have blocked. Instead, he went for a high kick, and it happens.
oh right, high kick. Fair enough.
Hmm.
Fair
Hmm.
enough. Yeah, there's just lots of situations now I can think about where things happened and you just laughed and you shouldn't have done, but
Hmm.
just can't help it. I don't
Yep.
know. It's a good
Oh,
release, isn't it?
the electric fence. I've, I've dealt with too many electric fences to not laugh at that.
I've never done that. I have put a knife in the toaster when I was a kid,
Hmm.
a metal knife, trying to get the
Yeah,
bread out. That wasn't good.
we all did that.
Oh, that's good. That makes me feel better. Um, what else have I done? Tried to eat a razor apparently when I was a kid. Found with a razor in my mouth in the bathroom.
Oh,
Yeah, don't know what that was about. I was quite young apparently. Other than that, I can't really think.
that could have
That's
ended
that's
poorly in a lot of ways. Wow.
it's not really funny though.
Yeah, I'm like, no, that's not.
Where were my
Yeah,
parents at?
yeah.
Why
What
was I?
happened there? Yeah,
Yeah, why did they leave the razors out?
it's like I stepped in a bear trap one time in the middle of nowhere. I had to saw my own leg off. I can't stop laughing at that one.
Oh dear. Yeah. Well, maybe
Yeah,
can laugh about it later.
we
Not at
we
the
all
time.
had like it wasn't funny at the time. 5 years later, yeah, 5 years. That's the limit. That's when you're like, yeah, it's funny. What was it? There's a guy who shows up on a show a lot. He lost both of his legs in in either Afghanistan or Iraq. I can't remember. But he makes jokes about it all the time, and it's like you can hear the audience be like, "Ha!" like the first couple times he made jokes about it, they didn't know if it was okay to laugh, and it's
That's the
like,
best way, isn't it? Yeah.
uh-huh,
I follow a guy on YouTube who's the
mhm.
same. No arms, no legs. Someone, he
Oh,
looks after.
is he a
Can't remember
preacher?
No, he's
Because
not.
there's a preacher, he has no arms, no legs. And
Right.
literally when you see him, like he'll be on a stage and he's just on the stage and he has like and he I guess he has some sort of nubs on his legs and so he can on his
Walk
hips so he
around.
can move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I know there's a preacher who like that and he does a lot of evangelism and traveling and speeches and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. But that's,
Hmm.
laughter does get
Hmm.
you through.
It
Does
does.
get you through, doesn't it?
Hmm.
It does connect with people. So, you know, it's I think it's a good release to laugh. It's either laughing or crying.
Yep.
And if you're not feeling pain, you're not going to cry, are you? I
Hmm.
guess it's going to be the other person.
Hmm.
So, um, what happened to Raptor? How about grabbing a coil wire on a car when you can't shut it off and you have to yank it to get it to turn off?
Mm-mm. I know. Yeah, yeah, not pleasant.
Not good, no.
Mm-mm.
Titan says laughter is the best medicine. You're right.
It is
It is definitely.
surprisingly less effective on radiator fluid burns, though.
Radi-
Melaleuca oil is great on that, though.
right.
My,
I
yeah,
mean,
my dad actually got. We were on vacation. He had and something went wrong with the car. And he was working on the radiator just to make sure we can get back on the road. And so the radiator fluid is hot, and he didn't mean to, but it popped open and poured all over his arm. So I mean, boils, the whole 9 yards. Actually, that does remind me. The grossest thing that happened to me was I got a third-degree sunburn on my neck and shoulders, so it started to blister and pus up. But yeah, he had these big pustules on his arms. We had to bandage them, and that's actually where we learned about Melaleuca alnifolia, and just no scarring, no nothing. I swear
mm,
by that stuff. It's amazing.
yeah.
But yeah, like that. So again, laughter did not work surprisingly well on that one. But yeah. So I think the worst thing, the grossest thing that did happen to me was again that third-degree sunburn were just big blisters, big, big weeping blisters. It was terrible.
Blah, sounds awful.
Hmm.
I've never ever. I've had heat stroke being out in the heat, but I've
Hmm.
never ever burned in the sun. Must be my Mediterranean skin.
Or the fact that you live in England
Yeah, but I mean,
and I live in Texas.
I've spent time in Sicily though, which gets
Yeah.
hot. So
Oh,
I
it
do,
does.
I get that prickly heat to start with, but then that's
Hmm.
it. I can go out in the sun all day and never
Oh yeah.
burn. So
Oh really? Yeah.
yeah, I've
Mm-mm.
I
I
tan,
burn if I look at the sun funny.
right. No, I tan very easily. I start to go brown pretty
I
quick.
have zero tanning ability.
Ah,
I will get darker, but it's like I get a darker pink. Like that's it. There's no tan.
right. Just the pink
Hmm.
lobster.
Hmm.
lobster look. Um,
Yep.
you've got light skin, haven't you? That's
Oh
why.
yeah. Again, I'm Scottish. Like my people are supposed to not ever leave fog. Like that's it. Just fog. We are supposed to exist in fog, which is why I can see wonderfully at night. I can see wonderfully in low light conditions. But yeah, no, stepping out into the sunlight, I'm basically a vampire.
Dear,
Hmm.
it's a shame
It
because
is.
it's good for you. Vitamin D.
Yes. Hmm.
Um, I've just actually got some now in oil form, which every day I'm just rubbing it into my hands,
Hmm.
taking it like that rather than on my tongue.
Okay, I can
Just
see that.
yeah, and it will. I mean, I'm not feeling it yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to start feeling the benefits of it much quicker doing
Hmm.
it like that than the other way around. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm just trying some new things.
No, I think it's great. Actually, I can see that being a thing. People don't understand how much your skin absolutely absorbs.
Oh yeah.
Like artists, one of the reasons for lead poisoning was because was so prominent in artists up until very very recently was skin contact. Right, a lot of artists, in fact, even artists today have problems with um, because of all the toxic chemicals you have to use for really for with oil painting. Lead was very common
Mm,
in oil paint, so it would get on your skin and you would absorb it through your skin. So and
that's
you have a lot of
interesting.
people, you have to wash your hands with turpentine. I mean, just yeah. So a lot of people have a lot of lasting health conditions because of it being absorbed through the skin. So that makes perfect sense to me that vitamin D, but instead of taking it orally, you're taking it by letting your skin absorb it. I think it makes perfect sense.
Mm, yeah, definitely. And sometimes you need to take these, stuff like that more than just swallowing a pill.
Hmm.
It's literally, for a lot of these things to be really good for you, to have it intravenously,
Hmm.
straight through the blood because um, it loses so much, doesn't it, through the process when you're swallowing stuff. Whereas straight to the skin, it definitely has to have a better effect.
I completely agree.
Yeah. Well,
I'm trying so hard not to make a joke right now. Just please keep moving. Please
can you
just
make
keep
a
it
joke
moving.
from that?
No. Mm-mm. Oh
Really?
yeah. Oh yeah. What you said?
Oh,
Yes.
oh, did
Yeah.
I?
Absolutely. Yeah. No. I'm good. Just please
For
let's
you
keep on
too.
moving.
All
Head 'em
right.
up. Move. Head 'em up. Move 'em out.
Let's keep going.
Bye.
Let's keep going. We're nearly done. We're nearly done.
We're almost there.
Uh,
We're almost there.
we're almost there. Hell. Um. Well, how do we move on from that other than talk about what are you doing for the new year?
Um. You know what? I so probably I'm just gonna make. I'm gonna make my famous queso, and I'm getting really good at steaks, so I'm gonna try and do some fajita meat, some
Oh,
fajita steak and chicken, and do a little taco bar. But I think it's just going to be family. I may have a friend or two over, but I think we're just so tired from my daughter's birthday party and then Christmas, and there's all this crap we got to get out of the house. We ordered 3 rain barrels and they were the wrong color, and then we were like, but maybe we can make it work. And then they wouldn't. They don't even work as rain barrels. I'm like, well, what's the point of having them? So now we got to get them shipped back, and that's been a hassle. And so I think it may just be us.
yeah.
I'm gonna be lucky to make it to so okay. I usually make it to 12 because I'm an insomniac. My wife isn't. Um, but yeah, I think it's gonna be small.
It's going to be what Friday night, isn't it?
Yep.
Into this. So we're going to be here next Sunday, aren't we? I
If you
guess.
want, I mean, you can call off next Sunday.
No, I don't need to call anything off. I'm just, you
I
know,
mean, it's like it's like 2 in the morning where you are. We all understand. Everyone needs a break
yeah,
every once in a while.
yeah. Well, we start a bit early, don't we? It's only like
Yeah.
1 o'clock, 11
Mhm.
minutes past one now. Titan says that's how Bob Ross passed. His wet oil creations caused
Mhm.
cancer after
Yep.
inhalation for years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I because there's a bunch of toxic chemicals in oil paint. I mean, even if you don't have lead, right? You, all of your reds and your yellows are cadmiums, right? That is a highly carcinogenic metal.
Right.
Now, people now this is where people do freak out because like yellow dyes or like that they use in Mountain Dew and M&Ms are cadmium, but the amount of cadmium that's used in those dyes is so minuscule. You would have to the amount you'd have to consume would cause problems long before the cadmium would.
Right.
So you don't need to worry about your M&Ms killing you outside of the calories and the sugar.
Oh,
But
heck.
yeah, if you're painting in oil, yes, that's why I started moving. I had to move on to gloves.
All
Cancer
right.
is in my family on both sides, and I'm like, yeah, I probably don't want to have all that cadmium getting into my system. So,
That's interesting, isn't it?
hmm
Never thought about that. I guess there's a lot of things that we used in the past and now have come back to bite people on the bum
oh
and
yeah,
cause a lot of problems because we never thought about those things.
yeah,
Um,
we never did.
we don't, do we? Um,
Well, we didn't know. I mean, like we honestly just didn't know a lot of this stuff was toxic. I mean, there were things that people were doing for years. And it's like all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, this stuff will basically give you super cancer,
mm,
and you're like, oh, we probably shouldn't put this in. Oh, what is it? There's an additive in. I still don't understand why in the world it's legal here in Texas. California, every once in a while, will get something right. There's an additive that was banned in California and a few other states because it's highly carcinogenic. It is in most gases or petrol for you and our other British derived friends. But it's highly carcinogenic. In fact, there's a lake here in Texas we still can't fish out of because there was a gas spill, and that stuff's in it. And so they're
right.
like, no, we can't. I think it's like another 100 years that
Mm,
we have to wait for this stuff to get out of the ecosystem because of how toxic it is. But we're burning it in every car and motorcycle and lawn trimmer in the state of Texas and all these other states. It's like that stuff's getting into the air. We're breathing it all in. It's like there's all kinds of stuff like that where it's like, here, this is designed to make this engine burn cleaner so that we put out less CO2, which is something plants fix for us. But it's like, here, put this stuff, basically put in something that's going to kill everyone faster.
and it's all legal.
It's all legal. Yeah.
So
I
is
mean,
just
yeah,
as tobacco is,
right. Well,
you know, and that's
yeah,
a
uh-huh. And it's like, so here's the thing. Everyone's like, well, the government's out to protect us. Have you not been paying attention for the last 100 years? Like
mm,
everyone talks about the Tuskegee experiments, which are worthy of discussion. But can we talk about the atomic soldiers, where we literally just took soldiers who had no ability to say no, and we put them within like a quarter mile of a nuclear explosion just to see what the radiation would do to them? Have we talked about the people that were unknowingly injected with plutonium? Just within the
mm,
last 20 years, I have to go back and find the thing on this, but like within the last 20 years, there was a um, there was a chemical that the government wanted to spray in a couple of counties just to see what would happen. Like
right.
forget all the legal stuff that the medicines and stuff. The government's like, well, we think this is probably going to kill a bunch of people. Let's try it anyway. We just want to see what happens all the time. Not and they're like, oh, that happened, in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s and the 2010s. But it's 2021 now. We're fine. It'll be 2022 tomorrow. They're not doing that anymore. All right.
Mm.
You keep telling yourself that.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
What people are putting people through, organisations.
hmm
Um, we will get into that. Actually, we should do something
Yeah,
about
we
that.
should. So, okay, so for 2022, we here's what we got coming, right? We're going to figure out how to do actual off the grid, and things to prepare for. Worst case scenario, like the entire electrical grid is melted down to the point that there is no electricity for 10 years. Like
Yeah,
that's again, everyone's like, well, I love that everyone was like, I'm prepared for it. You are not. We assure
so
you.
we'll
You
do
know,
that. Prep a
yeah.
kit.
So we
Prep
got
a kit.
prepping. Yeah, we got prepping kits and how to survive without, how to cure your own meat and all that stuff. Now we got, again, what all the terrible things the government has done to its own people.
Yes.
You know. So yeah, we're gonna be having all kinds of fun in 2022. We can start looking all that fun stuff up.
Definitely. I can't wait.
And then we can continue to debate whether or not it's a biscuit or a cookie.
It's definitely a biscuit.
It's fine. I'll fix it. Although I do have a question for you, Daniela. Although you probably already know where I'm going to go with it because you do check in on me every once in a while.
We could call it a bucky.
Yeah, but then the people who take my money would be very unhappy with me.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
So go on. Sorry, I interrupted you.
oh no. So this recent TikTok question of whether or not the ocean is soup. Have you heard about this? Outside of our
No,
budget.
you're obsessed with TikTok. I can't believe
Well,
it. It's the
there's some
biggest.
really interesting things on it. I mean, there really are.
I know, but the problem is like 1 minute you're watching it, and then 20 minutes later you're still watching it. And
Yes, yes, that
that
is
there is the problem.
definitely a thing.
I just stopped watching it because
Mhm.
I couldn't get on with my day. Because
I, I I
next one,
have
next one,
I
the
have
next
set
one, next one, next one.
very strong parameters on it because otherwise it will absolutely consume everything you do. All this crap will. That's what it's designed to do is distract you anyway.
Hmm.
But the argument goes like this: a soup is water, salt, vegetation, and meat. Well, what is the ocean? It's water, salt, it's full of vegetation, and it's full of animal life. So it's got vegetables and meat. It's a soup.
It's
That's
fish. It's fish meat.
Yeah, you can have a fish soup.
Yeah.
And we have porpoises, we got whales, we got manatees. Manatee is just the cow of the ocean.
But fish doesn't come under meat. I'm just trying to be awkward now.
I know you are, and I really appreciate it. But then
Yeah.
so I go back to that's why we have these other things. You know, you can make a
Pescatarians,
soup. Yeah,
pescatarians, vegetarians,
yeah.
just normal
It's
people.
well, but that's the thing. A pescatarian is basically someone who's not willing to commit to vegetarianism, but is okay with eating ugly animals. That's all that is.
Oh,
Unless they have a health issue, obviously. If there's a health issue, then the problem is they look at a cow. Cows are too cute. Pigs are too cute. But fish are ugly, so they're okay eating them. That's all that is. I am willing to eat cute animals.
well, that's the difference, isn't it? Is
Hmm.
if kids really knew, like it's closed down now because of COVID, but
Hmm.
there was like a farm up the road, and it was like there's a cafe and there's things for kids there, and it's like a petting, not a zoo, but it would have like farm
Hmm.
animals there, and every year it would have a huge, a huge pig sow with all her piglets.
Hmm.
And people would come and the kids would come to look at, oh, isn't that cute? Look at the little piggies. If you told your kids that you would be eating, bacon the next day, you're eating those cute little things. I bet you most kids growing up now would be vegetarian.
Well, but that's the thing. They're not going to eat those cute little things. They're going to eat the filthy monstrosities they grow into. You don't
That's not the
you
point.
don't eat you
No,
don't eat the cute ones. You eat the ugly ones.
no, it doesn't work like that. Those little ones turn into ugly ones or whatever. Cute. I mean, cute. I don't like the word ugly. I think the word different works better.
Have you ever been up close to a fully grown boar?
I read Charlotte's Web. Wilbur
Okay,
was
I
cute.
assure you, Wilbur. Yeah, but that's because Wilbur was the runt, and he never fully developed. A
Fair enough.
full grown pig is an ugly, smelly thing. Now there are things about them that can be cute. You can find one cute. I am just telling you, they are not adorable. Again, I think cows are cute. Cows are adorable. I still like to eat them.
Yeah.
See, this a lot of this goes
Yeah.
down to again what it's like. It's like how cute does an animal have to be before you care about it, right? Because again, vegetarians don't give a damn
What about
that farmers
chihuahuas?
have to destroy all these ugly, frogs and snakes and moles and all these other things to farm the food that they eat. They don't give to all the insects that have to die, the bird, all the varmints that have to be wiped out. Like they don't care about that because they're ugly animals.
Mm,
I'm just honest about it. I don't care how cute it is. I'll eat it.
it's fair enough.
Yeah.
Cute little chihuahua.
There's no meat on a chihuahua. There's no
Oh,
point
come
to
on, there's
eating a
no meat on
chihuahua.
quail, but you'd eat quail.
Oh, have you ever seen a quail? They got plenty of meat.
There's not much. I mean, more chihuahua's gonna have more on her than a quail.
More that's on a
More,
chihuahua.
and more legs.
No. No,
Bargain. Yeah.
no, they won't.
More legs, less wings.
Have you ever seen actually handled a chihuahua? There's just nothing there. Birds birds like quails and doves have these
It's a little, it's
large,
tender. It's a
full
delicacy.
breasts, and you
It's a
can,
delicacy.
yeah,
It's a
of course
delicacy.
it's a
That's
delicacy,
all.
but there's
It's
meat there.
something.
There's actually
Yeah,
something to eat.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's fair enough. But I don't want to try it. And I don't want you to try it. Test it out. We'll leave that for someone else's channel.
And yes,
Oh,
pigs will eat you. There's been some people mentioning in the chat.
well,
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, the only thing I'm afraid of when we go squatching are the feral hogs.
hmm,
That's the only thing I'm worried about. I'm not even worried about the mountain lions. I am worried about because most mountain lions aren't going to come after you. A feral hog will absolutely do it.
right. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've heard that, but um,
Hmm.
this is all wrong, Texas Jack. This is all wrong. Something not right there. Um, Look, guys, we've come to our hour. We've gone over our hour.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Learned a lot about injuries and
Yeah.
the
You
knackers
learned
as
about bot flies. We've learned about all kinds of things
well.
today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been amazing.
Hmm.
Well, we will be back
We
in
will.
the new year. I hope everyone has a great new year, or
Yes.
I don't want to put too much emphasis on having a great new year, but there is a lot of pressure on people to feel like they need to bring the new year in at midnight and everything's all going to be amazing and blah blah blah. And the reality is, it's just another day, and
Yep.
not everybody's into celebrating. Um, Not everybody has someone to celebrate with, so you know, it's just I don't know where I'm going with this, but just have a good one, whatever you're doing, and don't
Hmm.
worry about everything. We'll be here the next day, and it'll just be like
Yes.
the same, another day, another dollar. That's generally what it is, isn't it? Everyone says, "Do you have a
Hmm.
good New Year?" And it's like, I've already, it's only just 7 o'clock in the morning. It's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to
Well,
happen that night.
exactly. Not that night. Things
But
don't change. But you know what it is? It's a chance it's a reminder that you survived another year and there's
yes,
another year of opportunity.
definitely,
No matter how bad the situation is, you have 365 days to do something with. Everyone gets the same 365 days. It is just go for it. Like live your life with abandon, dance like no one's watching. Because if you knew they were, but if you know they're watching, then make certain you make a little money off of it. But like,
definitely.
go, go, you just embrace that life,
Go and do
right?
it.
Go
Like
do it.
me wanting to learn to play the piano. It's something
Like
that
her
I
when,
wanted to
yeah,
do for absolutely years, and
mm-hmm,
I'm just going to do it.
yeah,
And I hope everybody has something that they want to do, and will go and give it a try, and just dedicate. Promise yourself you're going to focus on something, and be as creative as you can, or study as
mm-hmm,
much as you can. Whatever makes you feel good, just go and do it, because life's
mm-hmm.
too short,
Life is
basically.
too short.
And
Absolutely,
yeah,
amen.
and you're living here in this life now, and to be, so be mindful of what you're doing. Make the best of it,
Mm-hmm.
because it's the only chance you'll get in this life. Um, Maybe you have a chance to do something else in the next one, who knows? But everyone, oh, Fred Muppets getting aerial hoop lessons. Well, there you go. I
No
mean,
idea what that is, but it sounds amazing.
yeah, that's a hoop in the air, basically, like a hoop that you would in a circus. You know those
Oh
hoops.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking. Okay, wow. Okay,
Aerial. It's kind of like a bit of
good for you.
gymnastics on a hoop. I mean, that is pretty good. You're right, Greg. Tomorrow is not promised. So yeah, that's it really. Um, Also, just want to thank everyone who's supported me, Hidden Existence this year, for turning up every Anything Goes or every other program that I do. I do appreciate you all. You are really why I'm here and doing this. So, pat on the back to all of you for being great subscribers and friends, turned into friends and people who I love seeing here and turning up every week. So lots of love to you guys. I hope you do have a good new year, and something amazing happens for everybody, for all of us, in the next 2022. So until the next time, everyone, take care, and we'll see you all soon.
Have a good one, everyone.